Good day. Welcome to Yoga with Bliss. We warm up before every practice. If you go to a yoga practice and they don't do something to get your heart pumping, your muscles warm before you stretch, just do a little walking or bike riding or something before you arrive. Here, we do the stretch and warm the muscles in the beginning of the practice. So we've got some folks in the studio, some folks on Zoom. I'm arranging a thing or two for the studio folks to be able to see. All right, let's take a moment. Now, I notice we have no music for our warm up. We're doing the body pace movement. I might go fast. You might go slow. Listen to what your joints need. And I'll be truthful. That's my optimistic take on. I can't figure out how to make my music work. I'm really trying. Shoulder rollers, just to pull ourselves right up tall. Oh, this is funny. So I can see your form beautifully, but your face is a little glowy light. I met you. Yes. No, no, no. There's nothing to do. It's perfect. I see every shoulder. Oh, look, even in Zoom, I can see that beautiful tall spine that each person has. The shoulder rolls lubricate the shoulders, lubricate the spine. But look at my feet. I am now adding a hip circle. The hip circle, see how I kind of rolled my feet around on the ground? Oh, that's so good for plantar fasciitis issues. Let's take a moment and select your mountain. Many people like mountain with their feet. I can do it for a moment right together. That hurts something. So mine go a little apart. Feel you and choose your mountain. Close, medium, wide. Now that you've chosen your feet, do you have weight on the ball of your feet? Baby toe, front of the foot, back. Nice. All righty, how about pelvic tilt? Let me show you that from the side. So I was just standing here normal, but when I do a pelvic tilt and lift my sternum, see how tall my spine became? The pelvic tilt is especially important. Think of your sternum lift. Let's do a shoulder roll. Pelvic tilt is especially important as we age because so many people have spinal stenosis, a narrowing of some of the nerve spaces. This pelvic tilt opens up those spaces. Check out my hands. These big jazz hands are not accidental. I'm sure they're called some energetic hands. Let's call them energetic hands in yoga. Jazz hands. Can you feel how your whole arm and shoulder and elbow up above your jazz hands is kind of supported by those tense muscles? Let's take a wide mountain, pelvic tilt. And now relax and with great caution. So I'm being very cautious of what I'm these days calling my shredded shoulder. I don't know anything else to say about it. So you see, I'm going real slow, but somebody else might love a little momentum. It's your weeping willow branches. Now, everybody in your mind, notice your knees. Can you see how my knees are bent? Very good body awareness. I'm not bending up and down with a bounce right now. I'm just unlocked by having this, like you're sitting on a horsey, this horse stance, actually, we're beginning to work the thigh muscles as we turn the muscles in the whole core waistline area, loosen up. Now center yourself and take yourself side to side with unlocked knees. Feel your body tall. We're not leaning forward and let your arms just trace a smile. So what I'm seeing that's so nice here, and I can see it in the studio, but I know it's happening for the Zoom participants. That's push off, push off, push off with your foot. That is so fabulous for so many things. Your calf, your arches. Are you breathing? Let's take this. I'm going to start with windshield wipers while I feel how my shoulders are. And I will encourage you to take your arms up as high as your body will. I'll show the side view and as near in line with your side seam as your body will. One of my arms comes a little forward. I will accept that, but I will intend as much in line. And if you're tall in the studio, come a little wider and you'll have more room. Yes, it does warm up your thighs a little more. Come on out. Breathe and release those arms and another weeping willow. Well, we're wide here, so I cannot resist a yoga warm up, a pulsing goddess. So here you are with your goddess, and everybody in the studio has fabulous, kind of straight across elbow. Oh, and on Zoom too. Now, I'll show the side view. My arm on my challenge side won't line up, but I'm going to intend for my arm to line up perpendicular, just like this one does. So your body, your way, let that goddess pulse. Now, when you come up from the pulsing goddess, you're not locking your knees. Very nice. Make it gentle on your knees. This is one of the moves. Oh, I'll even tell you when back in 1980, when I blew my knees out with eating disordered running 3 hours a day. Oh, youth. As I recovered, this was one of my knee recovery moves. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Come up. Don't lock your knees. It's a star when we come up. Right here and come on up. Now, Doriva, it's fine if you want your elbows down, but on your next goddess, see how they feel a little beautiful body awareness. A little higher. Star 1 last, and we pulse. 2, 3. Let's take it. We're down low in our goddess. Low, low in your goddess. How low will your goddess go? All right, I'm going to do a swan dive, which means I lift my chest. Really think about that, Joanna. You're not going to go down very far if you're really working on your flat back. So we have a flat back, little bitty swan dive. You don't let yourself collapse over. You keep your beautiful, beautiful. And I even suggest when you look ahead, your swan stays nice. Bring that swan back to a goddess. Take it out. Swan dive. Now, some people can take their swan dive much lower, but only, are you ready to come on up and back to a goddess? There we are. Swan dive just right for you. The focus is the flat back, not how deep you go. And come on up to a goddess one last time. Here we are. Flat back, flat back. Find your best flat back. Excuse me while I find mine. And now let your hands come down and hold your thighs or your shins or your toes or the ground. You're folded over. The legs are bent. I have to go look at you all. You look fabulous. Bent. Now press those legs up so they go straight or almost straight. I'm going to give you a side view. Many people are still holding on to their thighs where they've let themselves come down and they go straighter and more bent. Maybe you're up here. Flat back. No, we're rounded now. This is the rounded back, my body told me. Rounded back, straighter and more bent. Do you like to hold on to a block? Do you have an ottoman handy? In the studio, you can use the green chairs. You can use the brown sit-up bench. You can stack blocks and find just the right height for your rounded. So we come straight leg, let it be bent. Straight leg, let it be bent. Alrighty, one last straight leg, one last best bend. We're preparing to arise with a flat back. So I'm going to lift my back flat, hold on and help push me up, push me up. Good. Yes, I did stay with my bent legs. I'm going to come up with shoulder rolls. Breathing. That was one of those little sequences that was more intense than you think it is. Are you breathing? My wedding rings are not good in the summertime, so they're gone. I mean, they're just right there. Shoulder rolls. Very nice. Let's take a little chair. So where do your feet go in the chair? Many people put their feet right together. Not quite right for me. Many people put a block between their knees, ouch, and press and sit in the chair. You heard my ouch. It does not work for me. I want you to respect your individual body. So think of your foundation of your chair. Where should your feet be? If you have a great round belly, as I do, you might want to leave room so when you sit down, your belly has a place to exist. Did you choose the feet of your chair? Shoulder roll. Feel that spine. Let's take a moment and have a beautiful mountain. Pelvic tilt. Spinal stenosis or any disc issue said thank you. Sternum lift. Did you feel it? I saw it in your blue t-shirt. Your abdominal wall just engaged. Beautiful. Shoulders relaxed down. Way low away from your ears. Chin tucked. Now that's a beautiful mountain all the way around. You've got your feet chosen for your chair. Let's turn our mountain into a chair. Choose your arms. Sit your butt down. Everyone is different. Breathing, breathing. Now here's a tip. On your chair, I'll show you a side view. Don't let yourself collapse over. Your chair, you're supposed to have about a 45-degree angle. You want to make it harder? Yes, your chair could have arms on it and support you. That'll be beautiful. Want to make it harder? Sit yourself down farther. Don't collapse yourself down farther. Let's come on up. Here I am talking and your muscles are working and working. We're going to head into your customized chair. I'll lead you through the customization again. Chair legs, chair feet, what's right for you? Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, feel that tall spine. There it is, it's just a mountain with chair legs. And now choose your arms. If you tend to round over or have back issues, you might snuggle your arms right in, flat back. Only a little angle, sit yourself down. Yes, you're sitting down much farther than I am. Everyone is different. Your chair your way, your arms your way. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and up to a star. Here's 3, 2. If your feet are together, it's up to a salute. Here's 3, 2, 1 star or salute. Here's 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, beautiful. Now let's take a moment and think of your shins. Anterior tibialis is along your shin. Touch your foot on the ground and see how this knee bends and this foot is pulled up by that anterior tibialis. Let's do the other side. We are in a nice mountain. We've got a little bitty dip and the heels on the ground. Yes, we're working balance when we do it this slow. Beautiful. That's the move with your leg. And pull the toe back. Pull the toe back. Yes, squeeze the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's a familiar move, but we're really thinking about that. Let's change our arms. Here you go. When I do these arms, I can think about my toe pulls back up toward me. My anterior tibialis works. This is so fabulous for ankle stability. Oh, look at those little squats. Little high squats, working the knees gently and breathing. Here's 2 more. I feel a trace of a smile coming on. So I've got every fan working. And I'm realizing a mistake I made that I'm going to share with you. Come over the top. Here we are. If you shower before yoga, as many people do, underneath, in the hot summertime, when you watch this on YouTube later on, this was the summer that the oceans boiled over the top. Not really, just 100 and some degrees. Here we are. And underneath. So it's a hot, hot summer, and you taking a shower. Well, here's what I've learned today. Don't put a heavy body lotion on. I am so hot because I've sealed in I don't know, everything. Here we are. So take care of yourself, and in the summertime, use light lotion or wait till after your after yoga shot. And one last time over the top. Oh, thank you. I dried off a little bit. It made me feel good. So I want to do something that's silly. I'm working on trying to keep my mat still. It's called an unjumping jack. In yoga, yes. We have no jump at all. We're going to step out into a goddess. Push back. Step out into a goddess. Push back. Your choice. Push back. Now, my body started me as I was thinking about my bottom half with low arms. But let's do your body. Want jazz hands forward? I mean, energetic hands forward. Do you like your hands to be as high as you can, as near the plane as your ear? Here we are. It's interesting. When we did this decades ago, and we were doing it quick in an aerobics class, slowly we do the goddess come in. I always told people keep their arms out front to be careful not to impinge in the shoulders. We're doing this with such awareness that you can move cautiously with your arms as near vertical, just one last on each side, whatever pace you're going. Let's find that weeping willow. So what we've done today is a blend of our rhythmic limbering and some yoga moves. My mind is thinking about areas that we have not yet really warmed up that I want really warm. I want you to think about your hamstrings. We're going to stand with your feet a little apart. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulders low, chin is tucked. There's your best spine in the universe. Lift your heel behind you. Behind you, body stays tall. Many people want to lean forward on this one. That pelvic tilt is what's preventing your back from having an arch. No arch. Nice tall spine. But now think about it. What's lifting your heel behind you? Interestingly, the slower you go, the less momentum helps. I have to give everybody gets a compliment because I can see everybody's hip joints. You're keeping your knees down and low. That works the hamstring. For those on YouTube, if you accidentally started picking your knees up front, you're working your hip flexors and your hamstrings. They're not getting the work they need. How are you feeling? Let's do 4 more of these. Same thing 2 times on a side. Lift hamstring again. Lift and then again. A lift, and here we are. I really hope I remember the hamstring floor work that I did yesterday that gave me such beautiful awareness of my hamstrings. Weeping willow. Now my weeping willow, I'm letting my legs, the trunk of my weeping willow is bending a little. So the horse stance is a completely still bottom half, rotating the spine. This time I'm letting the tree trunk move a little so we get more circulation. Body tall, sternum lifted, circulation in those hamstrings. Now what's below the hamstrings? Your little calf muscles. And even if they're really big calf muscles, they are some of the smaller muscles in the body. I'm stepping around to feel like, where do I want my feet? When I do heel raises or releves or up on the toes, let's check our form first. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulders low, chin is tucked, weight is on all the foot, not just one part. Now I want you to press your weight into the ball of the foot as you come on up and come on down. Come on up and come on down. Now you come up as much as is right for you, but don't come all the way up like a 5-inch high heel. Come up with a nice lift so that you never get to a rest up at the top. You're working the whole time. Yes, if you have a great big TV and you're watching this on YouTube, you see my heels are barely lifting. If that's the case for you, don't worry about it. When you push, you're still working, whether you lift or not. Very nice. Remember those heel touches. Don't it feel good after those lifts? Right here we go. And some shoulder roll. As a matter of fact, we're going to roll everything. As you do your shoulder rolls, if you let your head do a controlled little side to side and feel it's like a little neck roll. How about your ribs? Open one, open the other, your hips. There we are. Oh my gosh, I remember it was 2002. We were in a class together doing hip rolls, and I put them in our work, and they've been there ever since because they're so good for everything from head to toe. Have you centered yourself? Let's do a mountain where we focus breathing before we do a little vinyasa. This will be a very customized sun salutation A. Why am I stepping around like this? Because I'm finding the place where my toes are as open as they will go, where I have weight on the ball of the foot, baby toe, front of the foot, back. Now I'm feeling pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulders low, chin tucked. Do you hear that mantra? I'm going to tell you how to use that. While we breathe and just center ourselves after our rhythmic limbering with some yoga practice mixed in. A mantra like that. Pelvic tilt, sternum lift, shoulders low, chin tucked. If you say this to yourself as you breathe, you can, in your head if you're at a meeting, you can use this to reduce stress, improve lung capacity for deep breathing for continued stress relief. Now, breathe deeply through your nose. Feel your belly. When you exhale, can't you feel your diaphragm pulls your belly in? You're not like pulling in on you're not doing that sucking your gut stuff. You're just breathing. Exhale. Side view, here's where my great belly really helps demonstrate. Don't do it too fast or you hyperventilate. Have you collected yourself? Your breathing is now normal. You're ready for a vinyasa. Customized sun salutation A. Sometimes I think it's sun salutation A for seniors. So this little vinyasa, that just means sequence, has in it, all right, my idea didn't work. I have to move this off the mat. Has in it down dog and plank. What's happening with your shoulders? Will you be doing a full down dog on the ground, on your mat, really enjoying it? Do you have to pamper your wrists, Diane? Then you might do your down dog on a block. I'm pampering my shredded shoulders I might be doing mine. I don't know which step. So I actually went out and bought these steps so I could choose whatever I want. Mountain, and you all have such beautiful mountains. Find your mountain. Here's the mantra. Breathe any way you want. Pelvic tilt. Sternum lift. Shoulders low. Chin is tucked. Breathe a moment. In many yoga practices, they want you to inhale on this move and exhale on that move. Please do that if it is available to you. I, for myself, have to use a more natural breathing method that sometimes includes that type of breath, and sometimes I'm breathing like a steam engine because it's more aerobic for me with my little fat body. So you've been in your mountain. Let's come up to your salute, your way. Your arms as near, right next to your ears, as near in this side seam, breathing as your body allows. Calf, take a peek at me. Your arms are about here. I think they might go here if you intend. Oh, look at that beautiful body awareness. Unlock your knees as we roll down for a forward fold. You might want to exhale. I'm hanging out here, just breathing a little. We're up. You might have a real deep forward fold. You might be right up here on an ottoman. You're rounded over forward fold your way. I'm going to do flat back arise with an inhale on the arise and an exhale when we go down. Go at your pace for your breathing. So we come flat back, exhale down. Relax your neck, flat back, exhale down. You don't have to make noise. I'm just making noise to communicate. Flat back. Last one, exhale. Now, while you hang here, think in your mind about walking your forward fold. You let one knee bend in the other. And while you're taking your forward fold for a walk, next, think in your mind, what's the right down dog for me? Am I going to stay here on the mat, use a block, an ottoman, a chair, the kitchen counter? Whatever you've chosen, try a down dog in your hand position of choice. Your feet go behind you. Most people's heels are in the air. Intend your heels to sink down to the ground. Intend. Your shoulders stretches, your chest sinks to the ground. Your tailbone lifts. Very nice. Very nice. Exhaling. Now we've got a plank. What kind of plank do you want? I know I need a higher plank. So you've adjusted to what's right for your shoulders. Your plank is flat from the heel to the base of your skull. Even your neck. Think about your neck. With your plank, take a peek up here. A couple people in the studio are still in the down dog. Let me show you a plank on the wall. That might be the right thing. So you may choose a plank on a chair. You may choose a plank on the wall. I don't know what's going to be right for you. Kath, you can all, oh, that's right. We've got bars. Yeah. We have ballet bars around the studio. Let's everybody grab a ballet bar. Breathing. I don't have one. I'm going to pretend that's my ballet bar. Yes, yes. Each person has plenty of room for a ballet bar. Breathing. Being. Now you have stepped arms distance away from your kitchen counter or wherever you are if you're doing this high plank. Oh, yes. Now in the studio, I can see everybody's matching me. See the butt stick out? That's fine. Let's choose your intensity. Flatten yourself out. And you change your intensity by how far your feet are away from the wall. So if you're on the back ballet bar, take a moment and come see where I am. I've come to my body flat as a board. If you want less intensity, you bring your feet closer. You want more intensity, you bring your feet farther. So each person is enjoying their plank their way. Let's go ahead with a kitchen counter down dog. Or if you do the full down dog in YouTube, head to your down dog. The down dog is the one where you sink your chest, stretch your shoulders, tailbone to the sky. Heels, when you're up doing kitchen counter, calf, try sinking your heels for the down dog. Because on the kitchen counter one, more people can do this calf stretch. This looks beautiful. Let's go back to the kitchen counter plank. If you're doing them down on the mat, you're getting a heck of a weight training workout. So each person, the plank, your heels are up. The down dog, your heels are down. Are you breathing? So it's kitchen counter, desk, back of a sturdy chair. And go ahead and come up from this any way you want. And we're going to find ourselves any way you want into a forward fold. I'm going to put myself back together here and forward fold on my mat. So when you're practicing and you choose what room you're going to practice, you choose, do you need a desk? Here's the down dog. Here's the plank on a desk. Here's the down dog on a desk. Wasn't that a cute view? So your body, your way. Let's do those shoulder rolls up tall. I know I had you in forward fold, but I don't know about you. My arms want a little circulation. Breathing. Oh, how I wish I had a towel here. That's right, there it is. Oh, is there? Yes, I'll use that. I'll use that t-shirt as my towel. That will teach me to make sure I always bring a towel around me. Oh. So we did our little sun salutation A with lots of instruction and variations. I'm heading to the mat or to the couch or daybed or to your bed if you're watching on YouTube. And I'm going to do a little sequence to take me down to the mat. I will use my blocks because I'm going to do a down dog any way you want. This does not have to be the most fabulous down dog in the world. It's the transition. Starting your mountain, forward fold. Anybody who comes past my house and sees me gardening will see me do exactly this. Breathing. Now you can lower one knee at a time, or you could lower both knees if that's available to you. Do you need a knee pad? I don't know how good I'm going to be at throwing, but I'm sending. Joyce?
I think I'm okay.
All righty. All righty. Text me if you want the link. 4. What knee pads does Kelly use? Breathing and being.
Yeah, dry blankets. Okay, here's your.
Now, think of your wrists. Many people love palm on the ground, nice 90-degree bend. Some of my tendons don't like that today, so I find when I'm on a block, I have just a teeny bit less bend. Choose what's right for you and your table. Cat, cow, exhale into your cat. Into your cow, exhale into your cat. Into your cow, exhale into your cat. And one last. Very nice. Let's do some work for the low back. We have a tiger coming on. We start with an awareness that your hips are level, both hip bones point right to the ground, and let your tiger's tail touch the ground if you want a balanced root. Or your tiger's tail, no arch in the back, it's a nice flat back. Joyce, take a peek here. I think your back just arched. It's very nice. The flat back protects your low back from compressing nerves and bothering all sorts of things. So this flat back is good. Do you want to think of the knee you're kneeling on and let the other arm come out? Great. The paw reaches out. The tail lifts up. Maybe they're both on the ground. Your body, your way. Take your time. Let's switch to the other side. Are you breathing? Feel your back. Let's do the cat cow and land in the table so you can really feel. Here's the cat with an arch like a cat on a fence. The cow with a little back bend if that's right for you. Here's the cat. And if you have spinal stenosis, you do barely any bend at all. Here's one last cat. Next time, don't go into a cow. Come to your nice flat table. Feel where your hips are in your nice flat table. Take your tiger's tail out. Do you need a balance root? This is my replaced knee, so this one I need more balance roots than on the other side. Sliding off my pants. Oh, no more skin lotion for me before yoga. Are you breathing? What's right? A lifted tail, lifted paw. By the way, you just saw me accept what I could do and intend more and see if even for a moment I might be able to do more. When you're done, bring your tiger's tail down, easy and mellow. Then sit your butt down on the ground any way you want to. This thing is like dripping wet. No wonder I was sliding off of it. I want to V-sit. So listen to your body. If you're more than half of people, when they go to sit in a V-sit, see how rounded my spine is? That's because my pelvis is tipped back. Yes, I like seeing that on Zoom and in the studio. Well, so if that's you, you walk yourself up against a wall. For the video, just pretend I have a wall right here. But you don't just walk yourself up to the wall and now you're fine. No, lean forward and walk your tush as close to the couch, the baseboard as you can. Even if you're in the middle of the room, go ahead, lean forward. Now, keeping your pelvis without tipping back. See, will your spine straighten out? If it won't, in the closet are a bunch of little green and blue pillows, and you just put one right under the back of your tush, and it helps you stay tall. So I'll tell you what I'm looking at. I'll show you this way, at people's t-shirts. When your t-shirt wrinkles a bunch, your pelvis tipped back. If you open up and your t-shirt isn't as wrinkled, yes, you can fold a yoga blanket, little bitty flat. I mean, really only talking a tiny little, just under the very back of you. Everybody's in such a lovely V-sit. Are you breathing? Let your shoulders lower as you breathe. I have to back it up so my heels are on the mat. Exhaling. Very nice. I want to do, so this is your adductor stretching. We're gonna add a little psoas, a little hip flexor, the butterfly. Everybody's different. Is your butterfly going to be way out here? Because your hips are a little tight. Maybe your knees don't bend. Your butterfly your way, but accept where you are and intend further. So I'm going to intend to see what's my best pull in. And on my knee replacement side, what's my best pull in? Did you appreciate yourself? Accept what you've got? And then make a match. Oh, right now, I need a whole nother focus on pull my body up tall. Because this butterfly made me want to round. You look fabulous. It is not comfortable. If it's very uncomfortable, put a pillow right under here, a block. But here's a tip: if you use a block, find the point of the block and put the point first. It'll be more comfortable. Your body, your way, your butterfly. Now we've been up tall. Let your butterfly round. Will your elbows come near your knees? We're all built differently. Some do, some don't. Kathy, I'm going to tape that mat to the. Oh, I used to put a weight to keep it against the wall. I'll have that for next time. If your elbows don't touch, just your body proportions, try your hands. Let yourself round forward and pressing down and breathing and appreciating whatever hip opener you have. Appreciating the stretch in your spine. If you have a knee replacement, as I do, your leg might be right out here because it just won't bend yet. Appreciate it and intend to where it will bend. Come on now. All right, I remember what just wore my hamstrings out. And when I woke, I did it yesterday, it didn't bother anything. When I woke up this morning with my hamstrings felt a little sore, which is hard to do. I said, I must share this with everybody. We are going to lay on our backs. It is just such a simple move. We have done it 1,000 times, but I added in a component that, quite frankly, Gabrielle, you told us to do all the time. I just didn't do it as intensely. Find yourself down any way you want. A lot of people will roll down one vertebrae at a time. My little apple-shaped body, when I do that, my legs pop up. Accept your body your way and find yourself laying on your back. See my little wiggle side to side? It's not only arranging the wrinkles in my shirt, it's arranging the softness on my back, my pelvic tilt. Wiggle your way and find your nice pelvic tilt spine on the ground. Now, this next part, we are all different. See how my feet are on the ground? Many people can bend their legs, reach their hands down, and touch their heels. I'm about a foot away. So that's not available to me. You do what's available to you. Bring your heels in as close as yours will go. Let your hands reach down as low as it will go. And then wherever you are, sink your heels in, plant your hands. Accept and appreciate where you are. This is just going to be a modified bridge. I'm not going to bridge up into a big arch. I'm going to bridge into a flat bridge. Maybe it should be called the ramp instead of the bridge. Press your heels down, lift your hips up, keep your pelvic tilt to protect your low back. Are you breathing? Breathing. Pulse your hips, pulse them up. Quads. Push your hands down. If you're sliding on your mat, you can grab the edges of your mat to help you not slide. We've been pulsing. We've been pulsing. Let's set that butt right down. Beautiful. Now, think of your feet right where they are. Take them out just a touch and pull your heels toward your tush. Can you feel that your back of your thigh contracts? I don't know if you can see it. I move a little. I'm going to release. Now, I dug my heels in and I pulled like I'm trying to pull my butt down. I didn't lift on this one yet. I'm going to put them together later. You guys have good intuition. And release. Now, the reason I'm putting together later is I don't know if I can do them together, but I see you guys can. Here we are. Pull like you're squeezing your legs together, but your ankle heels are angled. I can say the word anchored into the mat. Release. All righty. Now your feet are halfway. They're not out. They're not their deepest bend that you can do. They're kind of halfway. Go ahead. Let's do our ramp. I'm going to call it a ramp from now on. Let's do our ramp and pull your heels in. Release. It's isometric. Nobody can see what you're doing. Pull your heels in. Keep your hips lifted. Pelvic tilt. Pull your heels in. Release. One last. Pull your heels in. and release. Come on down. Don't you feel a little knee hug coming on? For many people, the knee hug is to wrap a strap around their knees and just let them hang about here, or hold on to them and let them hang about here. For other people, they can. I'm getting my ribbon. I'll show you the strap version. If you just can't get your knees in the position any higher, use the strap or put your knees on an ottoman. I looked at myself in the monitor and I realized it looks like my feet are on that chair. That's fabulous. Here's another option. If your body allows, put your ribbon on the outside of your shins or the back of your knees, breathing, and I'm rolling side to side. And I'm rocking like I'm rocking on my sacroiliac. Are you breathing? Roll and roll in whatever way your body wants. Very nice. Very nice. Don't you feel a happy baby coming on? If you were to, instead of the knee hug with your shins down, let the soles of your feet shine to the sky with flexed feet. Here's a happy baby where I hold on to the back of my legs. What if you've got your legs on an ottoman? You put your feet on the ottoman and your happy baby just rocks just like that. Some people will hold their legs with my slippery lotion. I don't know what I can hold. Your body, your way. Okay, so I'm going to show you something that I do that to me feels wonderful. I share in case it's true for you. If I tip my happy baby all the way over till my knee touches the ground and come back, it feels fabulous to my body. I later learned that I'm massaging my kidneys and the sacroiliac area. It's this bunch of little bones knitted together in the back of the pelvis. Oh, they just so appreciate that entire area being massaged. Now, the happy baby is with your shins perpendicular, but our baby might become ecstatic. You may let your legs go as near straight as your body allows, and then rock your baby, breathing. The baby's ecstatic. So many things stretching, breathing, releasing. Come on down. Let's do a bit more work. With each breath, reiterate your pelvic tilt. Relax your body. Now you have choices. If you pick we are heading for some core work of the rectus abdominis and the obliques. If you pick your head, you've added the weight of your head to the work the upper rectus abdominis does. I'm going to do a knee hug. Is your knee hug on the ottoman? That'll be all right. You would take one leg up and come back to the ottoman. If your knee hug is right up close, you do the same thing, up and come back to the knee hug. So your head is up or down. Do you like your leg to go all the way down? Listen to your body. Keep your pelvic tilt. See that bent leg? Helps keep the pelvic tilt to protect the low back, the L4, L5 area. It is not a contest to see how low can your leg go. If there's anything, it's a contest to see how controlled and flat your back stays. Are you breathing? Or whether you breathe on the lift or the lower or the in or the out, just breathe. And we have been working one leg at a time. For many people, fatigue has set in. Then you set your feet down and you enjoy windshield wipers. Set your arms out, let the head rest. Stay with this lovely move if it's right for you. If you want more work, you may leave your head down as we do both legs, or you may like your head. I don't want everybody to do both legs. Some people will do windshield wipers. Some people will do one leg. Some people will do both. Yogi's choice. So it was a knee hug, a stretch up, flat back. Stop there if you want. Come on in. Here we are. Don't go too low. Keep the back flat and come on in. So you do you, I'll do me, flat back, listening, breathing, flat back all the way. Your lift your way, your head up or down, your legs only to your height, not compared with anyone else. Are you doing windshield wipers? Are you doing one leg at a time? Are you doing both? If you were doing one leg at a time, take a moment until you feel like you've done even Steven on both sides, and then we'll all join together. Laying down, I just rolled my shoulder blades under me for windshield wipers. Breathe and be. Well, I've put a light bulb right in front of my clock, so I have no idea the time, but my body is telling me that this would be a wonderful time to do a release and stretch out. Feel like your arms are out, leave them out. Curl up and let both knees go to one side. Now, where are they going to go? I see in the studio almost everybody's went all the way over. Mine don't. What do yours do if you're there on Zoom or YouTube? Listen to your body. Can you reach this leg to press it down? If not, here's another option. If you can, let your leg go long, and then that long leg is it's a longer lever arm, and so it's a little more weight. For your spinal, careful, gentle, controlled twist. So we've had this arm out back, breathing. Now my shoulder is on the ground. My arm doesn't happen to be down. That's my idiosyncrasy. You might melt your arm right into the ground. Mine's melting. It just didn't go. Accept. Breathe. Intend further with the stretch of the shoulder. Intend further stretch of the ribs. Oh. Breathing. Stretch of the outer hip, buns, side of the thigh. Now, before I come out of this, I'm going to fold my arm and my leg in, bring them into my core, snuggle them to me, feel my pelvic tilt and come up with that pelvic tilt. That protects the low back. Now, I'm going to look away from y'all and look the other way. Breathe. Do you like to curl your knees up before they tip? Do you leave your feet on the ground? Your body your way. Tip over with both legs. Now, as I said, in the room I see most of people's legs tipped right over. I want my shoulder to stay on the ground, my arm outstretched. And when I do that, my bottom half kind of hovers. Well, you know that what that gives us an opportunity for a little teeter-totter going on. Do you like to pull down with that arm? Do you like to outstretch with that long leg? Breathe and be. Intend a little further. Each exhale. Like you're wringing your spine out carefully, gently. Every vertebrae rotates from the one above and below. The pectoral wall all stretched out, the shoulders stretched out. Take your time. Fold in your arm, fold in your leg. Reiterate that pelvic tilt. Come up with the pelvic tilt. So nicely. So wonderful. For the shoulders, I've got my arms right up. I'm going to link my fingers and now palms to the ceiling. Many people can press their arms long in this position. Many people cannot, except whatever your body does. Now bend those elbows and let the fingers rest on your forehead and I've just rolled my shoulder blades together because it felt better. I don't know what's right for you, but feel it, choose it, and relax your arms so the weight of the elbows pulls down. While you're sitting there in that safe, protected shoulder stretch, put your mind on your lower body. Heels are as close to your tush as they will go. And slowly sole to sole with your feet and drop out your knees. Do you want to reiterate your pelvic tilt one more time before you do that? Got your bottom half comfortable? Do you need to put a block or a pillow under your knees? Breathe and feel your lower body releasing into gravity and Mother Earth. Now let's think of your shoulders and arms. Everyone is different. My body requires that I stay right here, but let me lead you into another choice. Take your arms long like Superman, and they're straight up if they will go. They're bent into a nice circle if that's better for you. And then your body, your way, let your hands lower to where they will lower. I see again in the studio, most people's hands are right on the floor. I role model a special needs shoulder where you may support your hands in a higher position, relaxing the elbows down, relaxing the knees down with each and every breath, being down. Now, when we come out of this is one time I want you to follow with me. Think of your feet. Pick a foot and walk one foot, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Then walk the other foot, heel toe. Feel how that just picked your legs up without using your psoas and adductor that you just straightened out, stretched out. How about your windshield wiper? Now put your mind on your upper body, your elbows. Bring in one elbow carefully. Bring in the other elbow, yes, bending them carefully. And then let your arms come down by your side. Breathe and breathe. So your top half is right there in Javasana. Your bottom half's windshield wipering. Let's give a little lift and roll the spine down into your best pelvic tilt. We're all built differently. If you've got a great big rounded butt, you're going to be in a different position than me with my little flat Irish butt. Everybody's butt is fabulous. Just do your pelvic tilt and relax into your body. Do you like your knees bent? Keep them there. Do you want to have a pillow under your knees? Good for you. But I will encourage you to intend for the smallest pillow or bolster or the smallest thing possible. So you're as near long-legged as your body will go. If you've had a knee replacement and your leg has trouble going straight, let me show you a tip. Take a block and put it down there come on, I can do it. There it is, by your feet. Now this is the leg with the knee replacement that it never wants to straighten. Every morning I wake up with it bent and it won't straighten. If you're with me and these things happen to you, all you do is put a block under your heel during Javasana. And can you feel how the gravity of your leg will straighten your leg out? So each person does their straight leg their way. Now, in the first few months after my knee replacement, putting a block under my heel did not make my leg go straight. So I would actually take another block and push down on my thigh. Or better yet, get your cat to sit on your knee. But when I can't get my cat to sit on my knee, I got a big heavy buckwheat pillow and set it on my thigh. So here we are, all each just enjoying our Shavasana as I give a little extra instruction to my sisters and brothers with new bionic knees. Wherever you are, relax. Your feet are going to relax out to the side. I have to move my core. This is proprioception. Perceive the body through movement and help me relax my abdominal wall. We did beautiful abdominal and hip flexor work. Breathing. Just laying here long allows your hip flexors to lengthen to neutral. Now I want to let the hip flexors stretch a little. So if you are watching me on YouTube or Zoom, just turn your head so you can see the screen. If you're here in the studio, you don't need to see my face. I think everybody can see my lower body. Here's all the move is. Just take your foot, turn yourself on your side, and let that back leg slide back while this top arm slides forward. Do you see right here? Your hip flexors getting a little stretch. I keep wanting to hold on to my chair, but I don't have to. I can let the lower arm pull the upper arm over. The back leg went back as far as it would, and my hip flexor said thank you. Breathe in. Bend your knee, roll back on your back to your Shavasana. Exhale and relax. Now you're going to look away from me, but I'll talk you through it. You look away from me. The foot that is closest to me pushes you on your side a little, and let that top leg go behind you for your long leg psoas. Now in the studio, several people have the bent leg where you're doing the psoas and the quadricep. That's wonderful. You choose, do you want a bent leg or a long leg that just focuses on the psoas? This arm pull helps this hip stay up. Here is where the hip flexors are, the psoas link. So nice. So well. Take your time, one last time back to Shavasana. And I'm doing a little windshield wiper with bent legs. It's kind of waking me up because I'm heading into my seated posture, the final pose or asana of the day. I go into I kind of want to, oh well, if you had a pillow, you might feel better. I would go into your side neutral or fetal position, having a mat under your elbow if you're going to push yourself up. And push yourself up or crawl up or do whatever you need to do. I have to laugh. In my house, I have a memory foam mattress that I love. But for those of you who have it, you know what they're like. They swallow you like quicksand and hug you all night long. I have to literally have something to pull on to get up from laying to seated. Here in yoga practice, it doesn't matter what you need. Give yourself what you need to find the right way to come to seated. If you want a V-sit, be my guest. If you want to use a wall, that's okay. I'm going to try what they call the easy seat. In my case, I think they should call it the very hard seat. Will your legs fold? If your legs don't fold much, the easy seat looks like this. I did put one on top. If your legs do fold, the bendiest one folds in underneath. The least bendy one, with care and love, you bend as much as it will. Kind of straighten yourself out and just feel your body be there. Some things are stretching a lot. Some things feel fabulous. When we were in kindergarten, we did this effortlessly. Now, I think this is important. Let's do the reverse. So I see this is the leg on the outside. So I'm going to start and see this leg comes into its best bend, whatever it is, accept and intend further. The other leg comes into its best bend, accept and intend further. And then sit anyway your body will. Breathing. I'm protecting my shin from having a foamy toe jab into it. Doing it the other way feels weird, doesn't it? All right, now go into whatever is your most comfortable pose. Because we're going to do one more the other way, and I'm going to tell you why. Just go ahead and cross your hands. Breathe, sit yourself up tall, and notice I'm going to have to open my eyes to look. What forefinger is on top? Want to do something that feels real weird? Do it the other way. Put the other, I don't even know how to do it the other way. There it is, the other forefinger on top. All right, we're just going to sit here, breathe and be, and feel this different feeling while I tell you this story. Do things like this. Do the other side. Put your purse on the other side. Sweep on the other side. Brush your teeth with the other hand. Cross your fingers the other way. When you do these type of moves, the opposite side from what you're used to, your brain, let's just sit any way you want with relaxed hands. Your brain grows new dendrites because you're doing something that it isn't familiar with, so it needs more to do the unfamiliar move. Breathing. There's a whole theory of memory and brain function as we age. Do it on the other side, and you will have better aging brains. Kind of interesting. Also, when it's physical things like sweeping and shoveling, it helps with physical symmetry. Your body, your way. Feel your hands reach down towards your body, and in your heart, you say thank you to the body you have today. Even if it hurts, it has idiosyncrasies, you wish it was different. This is the place you live. Say thank you. Hand over heart center. Thank whoever, whatever it is you believe in. And then I put my focus to the different sides of myself. This side says thank you to the other. This might be the kid's side saying, thank you, mom's side, you didn't beat me up. The mom's side says, thank you, kid's side, you came to practice. What does your different parts of yourself need to thank other parts of yourself for? By the way, you just heard the entire theory of my psychotherapy. Let's reach up in whatever way works for you. Listen to your shoulders. And now, first in your mind, should you pat yourself on the back, the chest, the head? Pat yourself with praise and thanks for coming to practice today. And then I close with, as if I'm gathering all good things to me, thinking of the wrist. Do you want a barely bent wrist with your elbows together? A very bent wrist, stretching the wrist, flexing them with your elbows apart. And know that the light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Now, you don't need to exhale and bend anymore, but on some days it just feels good. You tune into you, and you give you what's right for you to finish your practice as I just gradually work my way toward being able to turn off the recorder. Now, here in the Philadelphia area, if you ever want to join us, you are welcome to. Just text me the phone number below, and I will send you the link. You have to know yourself. What do you need to keep yourself moving? I know Barbara Streisand knew people who need people. I need people or I won't move. So I go to yoga practices. I teach yoga. I do this regular walk, but now I'm calling my sister every time I do it. With people, I get support. Maybe, you know, nobody in my life is judgmental enough for it to be accountability. It's just support. But know yourself. What do you need? Keep moving. Motion is lotion to your joints. Take care. Now I just have to find out where is that off button. Recording will stop.